What is your current salary? This is another one of those pointed questions everybody loves getting, where they sit you down in an interview, they shake your hands, and they try and pretend to make you feel comfortable, and then they say, what is your current salary? Right? Everyone loves that. Now, let's start by, I just want to explain the simple fact that the answer to this question is none of their damn business, okay? What you did with some other third party is none of their business. They don't have the right to that information, just so everybody's on the same page, okay? This is the thing. When you go to a job interview, what does it feel like? Well, for most people, especially when you're young or when you haven't done many of these, it feels like you're about this tall and they're giants. And you're going onto their turf and you're outside your comfort zone and you're like just begging for this job, you hoping that they'll be good enough to grant it to little old you, right? And so it feels like you're beholden to them, that they could ask you almost anything and you'd feel a lot of pressure to answer, because part of your brain is saying, like, what are you doing? Give them the answer. That's what you do in an interview. You answer their questions. Hello. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And they take full advantage of it. They take full advantage of it often by asking you things to which they are not entitled an answer. For example, if they said, like, what's your credit card number? Right? You'd feel pressure to answer them. You'd feel like you're letting them down by not just handing over all your credit card information, right? This question is like that, okay? They don't have the right to this. No matter what they say, they don't have the right to this. This is personal and confidential information. Now, listen, if you choose to, you're perfectly okay disclosing it if you wish, but you are not obligated to. Don't be bullied into giving out this information if you don't want them to know, and it would be bad for you. And it could be bad for you if you're trying to negotiate salary later on, right? So before we get into how to answer this question, I want to make sure that that's clear to everyone, okay? They are not entitled to an answer. It's perfectly okay for you to say, sorry, I don't give that out. And in fact, that's kind of the answer I recommend. I just recommend you don't give them this. I'll just say it. So the answer I'd recommend is to say, I'm sorry, I don't disclose that information. It's a personal policy I have because there are issues with privacy and confidentiality. I'm sure you understand. Okay, that's how you answer that question. What is your current salary? And that's what you say. I'm sorry, I have a personal policy of not disclosing that because there are issues with privacy and confidentiality. I'm sure you understand. Now, a lot of people will say, but Bill, what if they really put the screws to me and, oh no, they bring out the heavy weapons, they ask it again. I'm powerless before that kind of strategic negotiation savvy. I will cave if they were to ask me that question again. It's very simple. Any other follow-up question they have, or if they repeat the question, or they really give you a hard time over it, it's very simple. Here's what you say. You say your answer again with a big smile on your face. You say, oh, like I mentioned, I can't give you that information. There's confidentiality issues and privacy issues. It's personal information. I'm sure you understand. You can give whatever variant you want of that answer and phrase it however you want, but that's what you keep saying if they keep putting the screws to you, and you don't waver, and there's no reason to make it awkward. You got a big smile on your face. It's like, hey, I'm cooperating with you, I'm answering, but this is my position, and it's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't. There's confidentiality issues here. Like somebody asking you to break an NDA or something. Okay, so don't let these people bully you, right? They take full advantage of social pressure, the awkwardness in the job interview. That's not an accident. They usually contrive that to make you feel pressured to tell them everything that they want to know, right? And that's good for them, bad for you. So don't cave to that, okay? And it's good to just have that in your back pocket. You don't get upset, you don't make it feel awkward, you just have a big smile, you look approachable, you look like you're having a great time, and then this is what you say: I'm sorry, I'd like to, but I can't because I have a policy of not disclosing. There's confidentiality information, there's issues of potential identity theft, and for that reason, just as a matter of policy, I don't disclose that. I'm sure you'd understand. You guys have your own information that you handle exactly the same. I know you understand what I'm talking about, right? Just like that. Okay, so that's what I want to say. Now, why are they asking this question? We didn't cover that. Why are they even asking this? It's very simple. You see, by looking at your resume and by talking to you, they don't know how much you're worth. Okay? The reasons for this are many and varied. I used to teach a course in university called Total Compensation, where we talk all about that. And I've also gotten quite into the study of executive compensation, which is insanely complex. You need like a degree in finance to understand it. There are many reasons why they can't put a price tag on you just by looking at you or just by looking at your resume. Okay, there's so many variables that they don't know how much to pay you. Okay, they know what their job offers. Like they might have a range, right? There might be an official range and then there might be an unofficial range, but they don't know what number in that range would be appropriate to offer you, that you would take it and feel happy to get it, right? They don't know this. So what's the easiest way to place a number on somebody? You ask them how much they've been making. If they've been working in a role for the last 2 years, and let's say they've been making $50,000 a year, as an example, well, you can assume that they're probably worth $50,000 or thereabouts. So if you were to offer them $53,000 or $55,000, you can conclude safely that they'd probably accept that, right? That's why they ask you the question. You don't want them to know how much you're making now because they'll attach your value to what you're making now, right? Whether or not that's accurate. Maybe you're underemployed now. Maybe you're working at a fraction of your potential. And they will still tie your current value to what you made in your last job. And it's also unrealistic because maybe you're getting other things out of your last job other than money. Maybe you live right next door to your workplace. Your commute is like 1 minute, Maybe you take an underpaying job because of the convenience. Maybe you know several people there. Maybe they've given you glowing letters of recommendation and references. Maybe there's all kinds of work you do that will make you looked upon favorably in your profession there. There's or just the reputation of the employer or something will open doors for you. Like there's all kinds of other intangible things. Maybe they have tremendous benefits. All kinds of stuff they don't technically give you cash, but it's still really valuable. There's a million reasons why that number could be inaccurate in terms of representing your value. These people don't care. They're going to treat you like a number, and that's why they're asking this question. So we don't want to give them this information. We want them to not know how valuable you are. We want their mind to be open to you getting a salary at the top of the range, right? And there you go. So that's what I have to say about this question. That's why you answer it the way you do. Hopefully that makes sense.